Hey TikTok, hey YouTube, and hey Facebook. Excuse me. I'm trying to see if everybody getting the notifications over here on Facebook. Hey, YouTube, make sure when y'all come in, make sure y'all hit the thumbs up button. Appreciate it. Hey, those that are over here on TikTok. I'm just checking some stuff. Interesting. Well, that explains it. What clever devil? Let's see. Okay, so let me go back and try this again. I'm curious now, y'all. Okay, Facebook, it's not showing anything. Wanda Goodman say, hey, YouTube and family. Cynthia say, I want a, say what? I want a Goodman long time no see. Oh, hey, Wanda Goodman long time no see. Hey, all y'all. Wanda Goodman say, hey, Lady B, how was your trip? I'm about to talk about it. Wanda said, looks like you had fun. I did. Y'all give me a second. Thank y'all for the love that's showing over here on TikTok. I gotta find out what's going on with Facebook. Let's see. Hold on 1 second. I was kind of curious. Let's see. That's enabled. Live. Let's see. Let's try this again. Technical difficulties. Hey, those that are joining over here on TikTok, this is your first time. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Make sure y'all send me some hearts. And I don't know what y'all can do over here on YouTube besides watch right now. Let's see. Make sure there's 3 people in here, so it should be 3 thumbs up. I only see 1. So make sure you hit the thumbs up button. It costs you nothing. It's for free. So I'm kind of curious what's going on with Miss Facebook now. All of a sudden, ain't nobody showing up. Is no notifications going on, or what's going on with Facebook? Boy, I tell you what. I tell you what, the devil sure be busy. He's a crafter of something, ain't he? But it's so damn comical. It's funny, sure. It's funny. It's funny. It's funny. Funny and sad at the same time. Okay, so let me get my security. Hold on 1 second. Find out what's going on with Facebook. There's none. Wow, this is amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Okay. It's absolutely amazing. Let me go to, oh, there it is. Okay. Okay. So why wasn't showing on my end? All right, so let me move this to trash. Okay. Let me go delete. All this on live. Okay. Well, that's all right. I'm gonna get it right. Why wasn't showing on my end? All right, so okay, let's see. Delete. Wow, this is a mess. All right, here we go. Let me go here and do it. Now I can just go back and put a title later. All right, I'm back. I don't know what Facebook got going on, but it wasn't showing nothing on my page at all. Whatever. No sweat for the big girl. All right, so Cynthia says she laughing. Wanda say YouTube will not give me an option to thumbs up. It give it to you. You have to go. You have to click the X thing on the side and go up to the back to the live and just hit thumbs up. So yeah, now Facebook is working. Okay. That's a shame. I had to. I think I'm about to go in here and edit this out of here. Too much. Anywho, hey Facebook family, y'all the real family, honey. I don't know what was going on. Lord, I tell you, honey, I was trying to get in here and it was not being great on this end. Hey, Brina. I don't know what it was doing, but it wasn't doing the right thing. That's for sure. Lord Jesus. But y'all get on in here and let's chit chat a little bit on this Monday. Okay. Hey, check and see if it's in a GUM in there. If it is, give a piece. If it is, I don't know if it is. You check and see. Make sure you look through everything. Anywho, hey, Brina, hey, Renee Ladybug. She say, hey, B, how you doing? I'm doing fantabulous. How you doing? Hey, Connie. Well, y'all, I'm showing you what I'm eating right now while we chitter chatter. YouTube, this is what I'm eating. Collard greens, macaroni cheese, hot wings, and angel eggs. All right, you see it too over here, TikTok. So anywho, my trip was fantabulous. Hey, Helen Thomas, you is brand new. Welcome. Hey, Erica Jenkins. Excuse me. It's my first time ever in Baltimore. The people who I was around, they, I've been knowing for years. My niece, of course, lifetime, and her best friend. I've been knowing him ever since when I met him. I think I was 12, maybe 12, 13, something like that. So I've been knowing him a lifetime pretty much too. Very sweet people. Renee say, good at work getting this money. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Get your money, boo. So yeah, I thank you. I had an amazing time. We went to the casino. Let's see, I'm not a braggadocious person. But I want me a little change, honey. I was so glad about it. Now, at first, I didn't win nothing. I see you over here, Connie. You say that looks delicious. Thank you. When I first sat down, it was one of the machines. It was my niece was like, come over here. So we were sitting over there, and I was playing, and I didn't win anything at first, right? And so then I said, let me move around. Because, a lot of times, I don't care who it is, family or no family. Sometimes, when you go and play in these, games and stuff like that, win a little piece of change, everybody's spirit ain't got that anointing on it to win. So you have to withdraw and go some, some other places. So, not saying that she's a bad person at all, no. So it gave her opportunity too to win on her own. So I pulled away and went on my little walked around. That's a big casino. Man, I went over there and found me one of the machines. It was a hip hop machine. It's called Clinko or something like that. But it had like the grills, it had the boom box, it had the rims, and it had the little bags. It was like a bling bling type of arcade. Man, I sat down there, and it was people that had been sitting there. I guess they hadn't won winning nothing. Baby, I sat down at that little chat and I put $20 in there and started racking up. I said, I done found my little spot. I'm going to sit right here, honey. So she would call me and say, where you at? I said, I'm still downstairs over here by the restaurant, where the cash out at. I said, I'm over here. I said, you can come over here in this area when you get through with your food and everything. I'll be over here. So, baby, I sat right there and started ching, 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 ching. I said, well, all right now. I found me a little spot. I sat there and made my little change, honey. Yes, ma'am. And then I went ahead and what? I said, all right, now it's time to cash it out. I ain't finished playing this back, honey. I played up, got my little money. I ain't gonna tell you the amount, but I left with a little good bit of change. I left with more than I put in there. Hey, Brina. And I had a good time. Only thing is now with the Uber, you gotta Uber your way around. Now, if you don't have a vehicle, and of course they don't have a vehicle there, they just Uber everything. Now Uber. Now, the two Ubers the bad experience we had with the Ubers was one of them, the young lady came and picked us up, and she didn't have, I don't know if her air conditioner wasn't working or she was trying to be conservative on gas, but she had all the windows down. Now, you can't have your piece around there, unless you travel with your piece. You understand what I'm saying? But, having that piece on it carries a lot of weight. So I said, no, I ain't crazy. You drive it Uber, you ain't supposed to have the windows down. You're supposed to make it comfortable for your patrons. Honey, she had all 4 windows down. And this dude walking by the car, hey, yeah, how y'all doing? I'm looking, I said, okay, now, don't reach in here. That's all I'm going to say. Just don't reach in here, sir. And she just riding like it ain't nothing, honey. I said, okay, so that was one of the bad experiences. It was hot, and then all the windows down. I said, oh, Jesus, okay. And they say the crime rate is very, 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 well, they say number one. They say number one is the crime rate is real bad there. So anyway, my next experience was the guy that came and got us there, was it the night? Let me see. When we was leaving from the party. Yeah, the guy we was leaving from the party. He was in in a little Toyota Prius. He riding with the windows down. And the guy walking off to the, another guy, we was in another area. Guy walking to the, I guess this is a thing that they do around there, I'm not sure. The guy walking around in by the car and everything. I say, hey, I said, these windows work. He say, ma'am, what'd you say? I say, does these windows work? Yes, ma'am. I said, can you let them up and put the air conditioner on? I said, because for one, I'm in my clothes now. I'm going to tell you, when I get dressed, I do not like to sweat. I don't want to be smelling like outside. And it's dangerous. So I said, can you let the windows, he got an attitude. He let the windows up and started driving. I said, now you can slow this car down or I can get out and walk. Now you ain't finna drive with me in here like this because you got an attitude, honey. I said, it's dangerous. I'm like, how you not know that, a person could walk up to you and rob you? You got the windows down. I said, these people is good and crazy. But other than that, my experience was fabulous. I love the area he lives in. He lives in, it's like what do you call it? These houses look like, is it cobblestone, I want to say? The cobblestone fronts. And they everything, no yard, no backyard, no front yard. Everything is steps and ups, and the houses go up, right? I say, good God Almighty. So y'all know when we was walking through it's called the, what she called it, the square. The square. We was walking through the square. And it's historic kind of feeling. You know what I'm saying? Cobblestone fronts and stuff like that. But do you know them homes was $400,000? I say, good God Almighty, for just now it's the doors like this. Okay, everything is cobblestone to the front, but the steps, and you got you may have a rail, you may not have a rail. Okay, unless you put it there. Steps and the door, and that's it. And everything is straight up. Then you got one over here, and one over here, and one over here. I said, I wouldn't pay no $400,000 for that. Baby, I'll be in a big old house. Well, let me tell you, well, a little bigger than what I got now. Brown, thank you, Brenda. That's what it's called. Brownstone living. If y'all ain't never seen it, look it up. But those homes was $400,000. From there and up. I'm like, dang, you ain't got no front yard, you ain't got no backyard, your kids ain't got nowhere to play unless you take them to a park or somewhere, like that. Thank y'all for the compliments, but yeah, I couldn't see myself investing in something like that. But that's, I guess, when you living in the city and you want that kind of living, yeah, that's the way to go. And everything is Uber. Are you walking? Now y'all seen when I took y'all on the journey with me with the walking, honey. Now I used to work for the post office, so I'm physically fit, but going up them hills, that's like riding a bicycle. Going up them hills, honey, your legs gonna get tired. I was out of breath in my bag. I had my stuff in there, so it was heavy as it is. So walking with that, now if I didn't have my bag, I could have walked it out. I could have, did it. But that bag was, a little heavy because I had my other stuff in there and my cameras and stuff like that. But I really enjoyed myself. The party, we got there late because I helped cook, Saints. I helped cook, and I was tired. I had been on my feet all morning long. So by the time I got dressed and the Uber came and got us and everything, we just wanted to show. I wanted to at least show my face because that was my purpose of going. Show my face, and I think we was at 45 minutes maybe. We don't think we was there a good hour. And it was I was ready to go. My niece was ready to go because she was tired. It was a lot because I cooked three big pans of chicken. And there's this sauce. I got to get the names of it, y'all. It was fabulous. They got it from BJ's, I think it was. And I did a set of pan of that sauce, and then another set of pan of that sauce. Then I did 2 pans of salmon. They bought the long salmon that come in the package. So what I did was cut them, and then I seasoned everything and marinated it, and then I put the lemon and garnished it with the thyme on it. Man, the time they pulled that stuff out, they said that food was gone. So when we got there, I think only thing was left was the lady did some crab cakes. Now I'm gonna tell you, Maryland, hands down, got the best crabs and crab cakes because it's real crab. It's real crab meat. It's not nothing fake. And it's lump. That was good. And y'all seen when I posted the crabs that I had. Now they seem to be fried, but I think they're supposed to have been steamed. But anyway, they was good. And I like how they do it because, down south, we always boil crabs and put all that stuff in there because we want the juice and all that falling out. But the way they do it, I like it like that because all you got to do is steam the crabs, sprinkle your seasoning on there, and then when you eat your crabs, you're tasting the seasoning because it's all on your hands anyway. So I really liked it. It was good. But them were some big crabs. It was $110 for a dozen. And that was for the large. And for the size I had was a medium. That wasn't large, but they was a big medium, right? They was $85 for a dozen. So I ended up getting a half a dozen because you can only eat one or 2 crabs, you full. You know how we eat a dozen of crabs at one time for crab eaters? You eat a crab from Maryland, you ain't gonna eat about 1 or 2 because they all meat. Ain't no, how some of the crabs you get from down south, they be hollow and all of that. These crabs right here full of meat all through and through, the legs, the everything. Yep. So I really enjoyed that. Let me go back over here. Hold on a minute. Let me see. Let's see some of y'all comments. Okay. Jackie Elin said, I like your hair. Thank you. So now I'm gonna say, if I don't read your message, don't get offended. Okay, please don't get offended. We all adults now. We ain't no church. If you now you please don't be childish. Please don't. I'll try to read everybody's comment. Winona say, good evening, Pastor. How are you? Glad you enjoyed yourself on your trip. Thank you. Wanted to say, I thought you went to Dubai. I did in my mind. One, I'm gonna tell you like this. Sometimes you can't let everybody know where you're going. You got to show up when you get there, enjoy yourself, and leave. That's how you have peace. And you ain't got to worry about nobody pulling up on you and all that kind of stuff. So sometimes you have to tell, well, somebody might say, well, she lied. Well, call it what you want to. Your business ain't everybody's business, okay? So yeah, I was in Baltimore, Maryland, where I was. For one purpose only. So that's why I went and did it like that. Let's see. Renee say, congratulations on your winnings. Thank you. Connie speaking, everybody speaking. Let's see. Thank you for the 50 stars, Connie here. Want to say right, downtown Baltimore. Let me see. Was Brenda say brownstones? Mary says, you are just beautiful regardless, hot or not. Thank you. She said, exactly. They have an area here. It's off the Highland and the lake here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Oh, okay. Oh, tell me, I think we was by the harbor. So those that are in Baltimore, y'all know what a harbor is. That's where we were at. Mary said, absolutely beautiful and amazing. Let's see. Artier says, why you ain't called me to let me know you was in town? Because I didn't really come to visit. I was trying to think of who all it was in Baltimore, but I really didn't come to really do a lot of visiting. I just came for that purpose. When I come back, I'll let you know the next time. Because I think it's some other cousins live up that way too. But yeah, I'll let you know next time. She said, near my boat. Okay, so that's where your boat is over that way. Okay. Wanda said, I was looking for you in Dubai. You ain't even in Dubai, Wanda. How you looking for me? Because you ain't going to February. Hold on, y'all. Cynthia said, that is so true. I'm from DMV area. Okay. Hey, Donna Marie. In chat. Cynthia say, best way to do it, leave it more than you gamble with. That's the way. Amen. Okay, now I'm gonna see what else I did. The airport, everything was fine with that. Well, you see, like when you're in line and stuff, getting in line, you had some people that, they try to, if you've been there before them, they try to get rushed, ahead of you, whatever, but not me. I stand right there. I ain't finna be moved or none of that. But other than that, the flight was fine. There, and, I had to switch different planes and stuff. So I had a layover in Charlotte. I had a layover in Atlanta. But other than that, it was fabulous. I really enjoyed myself. I really did. That was my experience about Baltimore. Now I want to ask this question. Let me see. How do I want to say this? What are some things that you should be too old to be doing? That's what I want to talk about. What are some things, this will give everybody a chance to, give their feedback. What are some things, I'm sorry, TikTok, I ignored y'all comments. Let me see. Okay. They just smiling over here. All right. What are some things that you consider too old to be doing? That you're too old to be doing, regardless of the age. Regardless of the age. What are some things you think is too old? All right, I'm waiting on somebody who y'all like to talk when I'm talking now. This is your opportunity to talk. What are some things considered to be too old to be doing? Wanda Goodman say to act like a child. I agree. Uh-huh. Yep. I agree to that. What else? What are some things that is too okay? When you if you're a mature age, what are some things that is too old to be doing? When they say arguing and in street fights, yeah, street fights. Well, people still do street fights. Since they say too old to be playing around with. Okay. I didn't see that comment. It got distracted. I mean, it got deleted. Ladybug say arguing in the streets. Arguing and in street fights. Want to say some people never grow up. No. Some people don't want to grow up. We don't want to say fighting with children. Yeah. Now, what you can when you say fighting with children, you mean children? What age range? Or you mean children that's younger than you? Or let me say wearing a bikini. Oh, so let me say when you're old, you're supposed to wear a bikini. Lord Jesus. Well, now Linda, you got some. Well, yeah, I think a woman should be modest. At times, some things is, but I mean, I guess to each his own. If you got the body, whatever. But I don't know. That's a up and down one. that's a kind of up and down because you okay. Let me stop right here. So if you got she say fighting with children. I want to know what age limit of fighting with children. You mean to consider people that's younger than you of your age? Or you talk about with your own children. All right. The other one is now wearing a bikini. If you got a body type for that, now I'm gonna say this: if you got extra rump roast and extra badoozle up here, then I think that's just too much. I think that's too much. Some things it should be, within the in modest. You know what I'm saying? If you're a married woman, of course, if you're a married woman, if you're single looking for somebody, then you want a man to be, have some kind of wondering, well, I wonder what it's like. But if you just seeing everything, then he already see everything. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if you're 80 years old in a bikini, you need to sit down somewhere because that's too much. Brina say horseplay. Horseplay as like what, Brina? Okay, Brina say calling names. Yeah, name calling. Yeah, too old for that. Connie say to give a child a bottle. Wait a minute. Connie say to give a child a bottle when they're 3 and older. A child a bottle. Well, a child 3 years old shouldn't be on no bottle. A child 3 years old shouldn't be on a bottle. They shouldn't be breastfed or none of that, because that child got a whole set of teeth, don't they? And they walking and talking, and probably can twerk and all that. 3 years old, and you around here on a bottle. There's something really wrong with the parent, baby. Wait a minute. Unless the child is a disabled, even when a child is being disabled, and you have to and they have to, and their intake, I think they got different things and methods of tube feeding, right? They got ways to make a tube feed. So a baby sitting up with 3 years old with a bottle, is something wrong. It's real something desperately wrong with the parent. For a child to be 3 years old on a bottle. Yeah. Sabrina said stealing. Oh, definitely. Not stealing it. Yeah. You're too old to be going to jail for anything, really. Unless it's, well, I don't know. Stealing, stealing get you hurt for real. So you don't want to be doing that. Wanda say, I'm going to be 80 years old wearing a bikini. Wanda, you might make me spit my food out my mouth. You say you're going to be 80 years old wearing a bikini. Well, I'm going to make sure I close all the beaches down. She is banned from all beaches. Only way you're going to wear a bikini 80 years old, you better be on your own lawn, on your own little beach chair. Because you is not doing that 80 years old, Wanda Goodman. Yeah. It's not allowed. We notice a young child, teenager. Oh, fighting young children. I got you, Winona. How the women be out there, they try and get in a fight, and then the parents get out there. You ain't about my child. You ain't about my child. Yeah, you too old for that, honey. You is too old. You didn't do that in high school. Sit down somewhere. Gail laughing. Kind of say, wait a minute, hold on. Linda say getting drunk. You think people too old to get drunk? Well, I say this. If you're a person that's mature to handle your intake, now handle your intake, and you ain't causing no problems or no, bother nobody. But I don't think a woman should be so drunk. She pissing drunk and she be just can't even, control herself, or he can't control himself. I think that, you need to hang the bottle up. But if you drink it to be sociable, that's cool. That's cool. Bree said horse playing around like children. Oh yeah. Well, some people, some people like horse play. I don't know why, but when you get, Brenda, I agree. When you get old like that, you shouldn't be, horse playing and like a child. Yeah, your mind should be matured enough to be act like an adult. Connie said, Wanda gonna show all them rolls, bumps, and bruises. Dang. 80 years old, yeah, honey. Yes, ma'am, honey. everything gonna sing. It's everything but, well, no, I ain't gonna say that, because you got some 80-year-old women, honey. They got it tight, baby. Yes, ma'am. Look at Miss Patty LaBelle. She back there fastly approaching. If she ain't already 800, she still got it together. Tina Turner, all them people, honey. They still got them legs and everything, honey, looking tight and right. But I don't think they should be in a bikini now. I don't think they should be in a bikini. Mary said, Connie, Wanda gonna get you. Hey, Vincent. He said, I see you went out of town. I see you responded more. Yes, I did. Mm-hmm. You usually don't respond. You just say, hey. But I did. I go out of town. I just don't say everything on Facebook and on social media. I just do my thing. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But let me say, I won't say whining and turkey, because that comes from motherland. Other Caribbean folks never stop whining. They teach the younger generation. Yeah, I think that's a part of the cultural part of the, what they do. So yeah, I mean, well, when your butt cheeks hanging out at 80 years old, now that's a problem. You got great grand. Renee say on Facebook twerking. 80 years old on Facebook. Oh, she say that's what she's saying. You're too old to be doing on Facebook twerking. I think that's a little explicit. Showing too much rump roast. I mean, but hey, you're gonna have some people that ain't gonna agree with that. That's what they like. They say that's what the men like. Shayna say, hello everyone. Hey Shayna. I share. Thank you. Now let me say this. Because Shayna said she shared, but she said she only share because she said because of her job, she can't share the lives. I'm gonna say this. Okay. That's Shayna. Now, I'm going to say this. If you're going to share, share. If you're not going to share this, because anybody can type and say they share and don't share. And I mean, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that because how God doing what He's doing for me, He's just doing it for me. You understand what I'm saying? But anybody can type they share and they sharing nothing. You see what I'm saying? Because on your page, it's going to show you shared. And it's going to let me know you shared. You can sit there and type I shared and ain't shared nothing. But it'll let me know where my stuff is shared at. But honestly, she said because of her job, she can't share. And it's fine if you don't want to share. You don't have to. I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Climbing to Success. How you doing today, love? I'm doing well. I went to Lino George. Lino George? I ain't never heard of that. What? I went to, wait a minute. Oh, you went out of town too. Okay. Yeah, anybody can say they shared your stuff. You'll know when they share because it'll let you know. It'll say shared, with your name tagged in. I don't know. Do it look like they got STUPID? Did that say that? Okay, that's what I thought. So I'm glad. I mean, if you don't share, it's fine. It's fine with me. I don't care. I ain't doing it for all of that. If you get shared, it do whatever. Okay. Thank you, Climbing to Success, because it's gonna show me where you shared at. I don't know why people think I'm dumb, but anywho, back to what I was saying. Okay. Some of the things that you say that you're too old. Oh, she said she shared her page on it. But see, if you share it on your page, it's still going to let me know you shared it. But if you got your page set up, and a lot of y'all, let me say this. A lot of y'all got y'all page set up where nobody can see what's on your page. You got it blocked out. Child, at this point, whatever floats your boat, do you. It don't even make me no difference. It ain't making me $1. It ain't making me less $1. So I don't even care. Whatever. Thank you, honey. Thank you for the view. And that's it, and that's all. Climbing to Success said, right. Shannon said she shared her page on it. Evangeline said, hey, love, welcome home. How are you? I'm fantastic. Thank you. I'm fantastic as well. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, big thing. Because I know who's really, really supporting and who's not. And it is what it is. I mean, I don't care. I really don't. Thank you for the 50 stars, Shayna. So anyway, yeah. So a lot of those things that y'all were suggesting is, voicing that when you have become to a mature age in life, it's time to kind of stop doing some things. But, I understand. You got some people that's 50 and 60 years old that's very immature. They're still childish. You would think that they would, want to change or inspire to change. But some people are when you're so comfortable and doing something for so long, you ain't gonna change. Hey, Pamela. You just stuck in what you like to do. That's it, and that's all. Oh, let me say, hey, all the screen watchers, because I know y'all screen watching. I know it's a lot of y'all screen watching. I ain't going there and give her no view. You giving me a view. Thank you. Because I know you're behind the screen watching. Hey, all y'all. But, other than that, that was pretty much it. Climbs to Success said, what are you eating today? Hot wings, angel eggs that my husband cooked last night, some macaroni and cheese, and some collard greens from Jim and Nick's. If y'all never ate at Jim and Nick's before, and you got one in your area, look it up. I'm saying their food is off the chain. It's soul food. Mm-hmm. Hey, Evangelist Carrie Davis. Lord, that chicken look good. And it is. I got the chicken from Zaxby's. Mm-hmm. So how was y'all weekend? What did y'all do? Pretty much. Anything spectacular? Did y'all go anywhere? Did y'all do anything? I know it was just the weekend right after the 4th of July. So did everybody at church pretty much chilled? Tina Thomas said, "Hey, beautiful. Hey." Shayna said, "I will be in Atlanta soon." I know you going to Atlanta. I'm not in Atlanta. Say I don't live in Atlanta, but you going to Atlanta this week, right? Evangelist say work, sleep, in church. Well, ain't a thing wrong with that. Now I did go to sleep yesterday. When I got off that flight, I came home and took me a shower. I ate and I laid it down. I was working all weekend. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. I used to live in Atlanta, but I don't live in Atlanta. Clemens Success said, "I just relaxed." Well, I'm glad you did. You need it. You work so hard. This young lady, Clemens Success, I think you're younger than me a lot. I think you were younger than me. But you work your fingers to the bone. You really do. And that's an awesome thing to see. Young people your age out there, making it happen. That's awesome. That is awesome. Thank you for the 50 stars, Tina. Renee say stayed in bed all weekend, up for the bathroom and shower only. Well, you ain't eat, or you got served in the bed like me. Oh, you're 42. You're a year older. You're a year older than my oldest daughter. My oldest daughter will be 42 in this year. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's a beautiful thing, honey. Making it happen. So let me see. My next trip I'm going to is New York. That's coming up next. Shannon say I only have 2 months left, and then I'll be saying no work. Yay. All right. That's a blessing. You'll be able to sit back and enjoy some of your time, because if you've been working a long time. Mm-hmm. Thank you for the 200 stars, Brina. If y'all not following me yet on Bigo, I know the only thing I hate about Bigo, all them darn ads and inboxes and stuff. But a lot of that stuff, it just be, I guess it's like a lot of advertisement and stuff like that. So just ignore it. But if not on Bigo yet, make sure y'all follow me on Bigo, BIGO Live. Because on Friday, that's when we be able to play music and party, honey. Hey, Tara Walden, got the tea. Thank you for the hearts. How you doing today, sweetie? Shayna said, "Oh, thank you for the 50 stars, Shayna." Mm-hmm. YouTuber, what y'all got going on over here? Let's see. Cynthia say, too old to be playing around with somebody's feeling. Yeah, I agree with you on that, Cynthia. I think when a person should be at an age, well, they say age ain't number the number, true. But mature wise, mindset thinking, you should be already at a place in life where you know what you want in life and what you expect, from others in life. And if you're not ready to settle down, then you shouldn't be messing over people's feelings. So I agree with you on that. And if you're a player, you need to hang the play card up, because that's old and tired too. Because now you got a lot of more women that's more, what I want to say. Well, some, not all. That does their research to make sure, you say who you are. And a lot of, men are cheated so long, they look game is still the same. Same gravy, just warmed over. So I agree with you on that. Too old to play around with other people's feelings. When a child, let's see, potty train a child. What age you supposed to potty train a child? I think they were about 1 year old when they get ready to turn 1. You start. Tina say amen. I think you start potty training then. That's what I did for mine. When they start pulling up, and they can stand and hold their balance and start taking steps, it's time to get potty trained, so that way they'll know how to, go to the bathroom. Unless they are disabled, then that's a different situation. Shannon say I'm very careful. We're talking about with relationship wise. My twins are 18 months. Oh, they were 18 months when you okay. They was 18 months when you start training them to go to the bathroom. Yeah, but if they was, autistic or some kind of, disability, then it's different. But if they could walk around and cuss you out and talk back and hit back and all that, they should be walking around in no damn pamper or a diaper. They should be somewhere on somebody's toilet, sitting down. Or they got the little kid toilet, let them sit on that. Well, who is she trying to tell somebody how to raise their children? I ain't trying to tell you that that's what you like. That's your business. We just talking. I don't care. Mine ain't on no potty or walk around in no diaper. She said, that your baby's ADHD. Well, ADHD is what mostly hyper, right? Hyper behavior. 8 years old. But ADHD, I don't think that'll keep them from going to the bathroom. I think that's more on the spectrum of being hyper or how they process stuff. Want to say pasta? Hey, she said, hey, Pastor and Saints, I'm late to the devotional, but we're here for the congregational prayer. Hey, Wani. Juanito's a mess. Autistic kids are, they just process things different. Some have speech behavior now. The boys are easy to train. Yeah, well, I'm trying to think. I don't know about that one, Shane, because my girl, I ain't have no problem training my girls. I really have no problem training them. I guess it depends. One thing I do know is that if you have to stay consistent. You have to stay consistent. If you're gonna train them, you can't have them in a diaper or a pamper during the day. That's the time you're supposed to be training them. And then at night, to keep accidents from happening, you might want to put them on a diaper, but you have to still let a child know, hey, still say pot. So that way it'll get in their brain. And then they're like, okay, I got on this diaper, but I know I got to go to the pot. So that's like I'm having on panties, but I got to, you know what I'm saying? Excuse me. You know what I'm saying? But it confuses the child if you home training them, potty training, and then they go to stay with grandmama and them, or if the dad ain't in the home, they go stay at his house, and then they put them on a pamper all day long. That confuses the child. They don't know, they don't know which one, to do. So that's why you have to have an understanding with each, person that's partaking in that child life, so that way it stay consistent. One say, my girl much easier than my boy. I have no problem with my son either. His daddy helped him with that. Yep. Sheila say, hi, Queen, and all the saints and ain'ts. Hey, Sheila Jason. Kenyatta say, hey, Queen. Hey, Kenyatta. Yeah, it's just taking time. And you got to have patience a lot, and if you ain't got patience, then you ain't going to be able to train them. And they should be trained good and trained before they go to the nursery. Unless they're an infant, you know what I'm saying? But before they go to nursery, they should be good and trained that way, so they can know how to, go to the bathroom. Shannon said Kalani took forever. She was 3.5 before 3.5 before she grasped it. Okay, Kalani, she don't have a disability though, does she? Because I know some kids that that's autistic, they it takes them a while before they get the hang of it. It takes them a while before they get the hang of it. And then sometimes they still have little oopsies in between, But the good thing about being autistic is that they may be diagnosed with it, but you can train them, show them discipline. A lot of times, kids that have like disabilities and stuff, and they act out, and they have behavior things, that therapy that they can go to. But at home, you still can train them what is right from wrong, and discipline too, because the condition may have them. The condition may have them, but they still are able to, hey, that's a no. You have to, talk to them in discipline. She's saying, oh, we had shared custody for a while. Oh, okay. Excuse me. Yeah. Thank you for the announcements, Connie. Yep. I don't want no more. This thing got cold now. Andreas, you can come get this plate, son. Brina saying that's a pretty name. Yeah, her baby, and one of my great grands named Kalani. Well, in fact, let me see. My great grand is named Kalani, and I got my niece, her granddaughter, one of my other nieces, her granddaughter name is Kalani. So we got 2 Kalanis in our family. Shana said her mom was lazy. Oh, yeah. That's understandable. Cindy said, I have 5 girls, and that was their first day gift. And took the bottle away all at once. Mine was easy to potty train. That's awesome, Cynthia. I think my mama said I was what? A year old. She didn't have to wean me off the bottle. I took mine and threw it in the trash can. She said, well, just throw that bottle in the trash can. That's it, honey. I ain't buying no more. That's it, honey. So from there, I think I was I was 2 years old when they started putting the newspaper in front of me. I was 5 when I started reading the newspaper. Yep. Put that back over my wings. And I'm finished. You're welcome. Yeah, I'm just trash hungry. Any more dessert that Daddy made? The cheesecake he made was in any more there? You can bring me a little bit of that up and a fork. Thank you. Shana said I couldn't walk till I was 3. I didn't walk Shana till I was 2. I didn't walk till I was 2 because I was my leg was like, I told y'all it was like because the way my biological mother had carried me, my legs was like this. So my mother who adopted me and raised me, she used to take my legs and stretch them out and pray over them, anoint them with olive oil, and stand me up in the ground and put the dirt around my legs like that so I can gain strength from the earth. And after that, I was walking. Wanted to say still here. Okay. Shana said I was breached. My legs was broken. Oh wow. See, my brother, he's deceased now. He was a doctor. And he used to babies that was born with club feet. Break them and put them in casters and stuff. So they could straighten the legs out and stuff. Doing delivery. Yeah. Well, mine, I think it was the way she carried me. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't born like that in her womb. It was the way she carried me. You know how sometimes you can hold a baby all the time and they'll never stretch the baby limbs, just hold it as tight like that. I think that's what it came from. But yeah, thank God I'm able to walk now. Walk, run, jump, and everything. Kind of say that's what I did with my kids. 2 years old. It was no bottom or no boobs. They too big for that. Yeah. You baby 2 years old sucking on a boob, honey. Something wrong with the parent. That's late. That is lazy. I don't care if the baby wanted or not, honey. No. You imagine you out in public, 2 years old, you hear him. You sitting at the table, him. What? Want to say so true, Connie. Or let me say interesting about the dirt. I had eventually breached delivery. Oh, you did? See, my mom that raised me was a nurse, and that's one of the things that she did. Did a whole lot of stuff, child, with delivering babies and everything. Huh? Back then they had babies being delivered at home and stuff like that. And if you got the pox, they didn't call them what they got this thing called now. See, back then they didn't call it what they call the thing is when you get burnt. Gonorrhea now, something like that. But see, when they was back in the day, they didn't call it that fancy name. They called it the pox. POX. Go ahead, come on here. Get that alcohol thing and swab that hip. Draw that stuff. That back then penicillin was the cure for everything, pretty much. Draw that penicillin up in there, and stop eating tail and stop laying with everybody. Not for me now. It was for other fools, not for me. I ain't had them problems. Thank you, Jesus. Shana said I wore braces on my legs. Oh, you did? I had I think it was a set of twins that was born in our family. They had to have braces. At night when they got ready to sleep, they had to because I think their feet was turned in. I think that's what it was. It was their feet was turned in, like they was real paratoid. I'm slightly paratoid, but they was turned in. So they had to take the back then they had them high top shoes, and you take the little thing they put across the bar and you tighten them up, and that so when they sleep, that straight, they straighten their feet while they was little. Pamela said, "Hey, Queen and Kings. Hey, Pamela Johnson." Shouldn't say that part. Thank you. Now this is the cheesecake that my husband made, y'all. Mm-hmm. But yeah, and I think I had a like you know, you just have some babies born with a cleft tongue, speech impediment. I think I have a nephew, one of the nephews down the lineage. I think he was born with the cleft tongue, and they had to cut it and everything so that way not, but he could speak. Never knew that he ever had that, but I think that was when he was born he had that. Said to look delicious. Thank you. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Orlando, that dirt. Well, a lot of medicine came from the earth. A lot of, you know what I'm saying? Originally, it did. So yeah. Now they say dirt used to give you sand souls. If y'all, when you was little, everybody had them. You had spots all over your leg, looked like you couldn't play. Connect the dot. Mm-hmm. Because it was, I don't know what was in the soil. Your legs you broke out with sand souls and stuff like that. But as you get older, I mean, some people still have, you could tell they had sand souls when they were little. Mm-hmm. You ain't get a notification? Don't feel bad. A lot of people didn't, baby. Well, let me say, I'm surprised you didn't go into medicine. I think you you would have been a natural. Well, I'm gonna tell you this. I did take up, and I'm gonna tell you, I tried to follow the lead with my mom. I did go into nursing. I stopped nursing when they talking about cleaning dead bodies. Hey, Nora. Yeah, when it started, they say you have to, if your patient passed, you got to clean the patient up. I said that I ain't gonna be able to do it. I don't like needles. I hate needles even right now to this day. I said, honey, I couldn't be your junkie, honey, because I don't like needles. And I don't fool. Dead, my mama said, but dead people is not gonna bother us the ones that's living. Yeah, but I didn't want no surprises either. Some of these folk around here walk around dead now, but you know what I'm saying. Baby, I don't want to be in the dog. And say, what? Now with my mom, both of my moms passed. Let's see, both of my moms passed. I had to go in the room to release. I had to release the body to the undertaker for my mom that raised me. And then my mom lived in California. When she died, I was in the room when she was on the ventilator. They had to put on the ventilator. And I had already knew that she had been, was transitioned. But I have biological siblings. Okay. My biological sister, the baby girl, she was taking it hard. She didn't want to leave. And I told her, I said, listen, let's go and get something to eat. I said, because mama knows that we are here. She was waiting on me to get there. They were already there. Because they live there in California. So they were waiting on me. She was waiting on me to get there. And I told her, I said, when I walked in the room, I said, I'm here. Her name, I called her, Jackie, I'm here. And I said, I know you tired. You done suffered enough. You know what I'm saying? So my sister, she was just standing there. She didn't want to leave. And I said, well, I want to go get something to eat. And she was like, no, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I said, no, she ready for you. She want to release you. She ready to go. She ready to go and transition. And you trying to hold her back. I said, you're not going. She said, I want to be here when she leave. I said, no. I said, God ain't gonna let you sit here while she pass away. He ain't gonna allow that. I said, so you need to. I said, well, she finna transition. So let's go get something to eat. Okay. And we went to this restaurant. By the time we walked in the restaurant to pick up the menu, we hadn't even ordered yet. The nurse called. And when the nurse called, she said, your mom just expired. And my sister, she was like, you said I said she was trying to anytime, if you ever been around a loved one and they are how you say it? They either start getting mean, they kind of get a little agitated. You can tell they're getting ready to transition. And they're trying to cut the ties. The same thing happened with my husband's sister. when she was getting ready to transition, and his mom, I was cooking breakfast, and we were at her house in Atlanta, and his mom, my mother-in-law, she came down to the kitchen where I was. She stood in the doorway. She said, she said, Joseph. She said, you tell dreams. This how she said. She said, Joseph, you tell dreams. She said, I had a dream last night. I was just steady cooking. And she said, and I seen where she was talking about my sister-in-law. She said, I seen when she was dressed in all white. And she had long, beautiful Indian hair, but all her hair gone because of the cancer. And she said, I seen her all in white. It was like she had her back turned to me. And she said, and I was wondering what she was trying to say. And she said, I kept telling her, turn around and let me see the front of you. And I was still cooking. When she stopped talking, I looked at her and I told her, I said, she's trying to release you. And she said, release me? I ain't going nowhere. I said, no, you're not going, but she's trying to say her last goodbyes. She was like, no, she ain't finna go nowhere. She ain't finna go nowhere. And sure enough, after I had took her back to the hospital, and that's when hospice put her in the hospital. And me and my husband came back home, and my mother-in-law had went. She said, she said, don't leave me. She said, I'm finna go to the house and take me a shower. She said, don't leave till I get back. And she said that my sister-in-law looked at her, and she said when she walked out the door, went home, she gave her time to go home to the house, shower, and come back. And when she came back, and when she walked in the door, she looked at her and took her last breath. She said, well, you asked for it, God granted it. Yep, she took her last breath. She said, you said this. I said, yeah. So I'm not afraid like that. Sometimes you're prepared for death, and sometimes you're not prepared for death. Sometimes tragedy happens unexpectedly. But I knew she hadn't transitioned because I remember that song. I was riding down the highway, and my father-in-law called me. And he said, don't tell your husband. He told me, say, don't tell your husband, because that's my husband's only sibling. He said, don't tell him because he drives trucks. And he said, wait till he get home and let him know that she has passed away. And the song that came on by Kirk Franklin, Smile. And I was driving down the highway and I was listening to that song. And I said, okay. And so I called my husband and I told him, I say, hey, when you get home, we need to go to Florida. He said, go to Florida for what? I say, we're going to meet, your sister there. She's going to meet us there. Because we was flying the body back to Florida. He said, she doing better. She going to stay with mama? I said, we're going back and meet at the house. And sure enough, when we got down the road, he was tears start coming in his eyes. And my husband is like me. That's how you know your soulmate. They're part of you. I'm his helpmeet. So we feel each other. I'm his part of his rib. You see what I'm saying? So we feel each other in the spirit. And he just tears to start running down his eyes. And I said, what's wrong? And he said, I know. I said, you know what? He said, I know. He was just wailing, just boo crying. And I said, but it's okay. I said, she ain't suffering no more. But I wanted to make sure he wasn't on that road because, I wanted him in my presence. You see what I'm saying? So I could be able to, uplift him and hold him up. So yeah, when death like that, but in the medical field, I just couldn't do it like, I just couldn't I couldn't do that. I couldn't stomach it. So that's why I was like, I got out of it. But thank you for that, Olinda. Nora said, why did do, Shayna? Hey, Cynthia Nichols. Shayna say nothing to do but to do it. She said, but I'm doing well. Olinda said, laugh out loud. Sometimes those last breaths are scary. Absolutely. She said, often people need encouragement to transition. Right. So like when I went to seminary for to be a ordained minister, that's one of the things that they teach about how to be able to minister to those that are bereaving. You gotta be strong. Now you can't be a person that's breaking down in front of a person that's lost a loved one. if you feel that you're about to break down, they tell you to go out the room, excuse yourself, do what you got to do and come back to encourage them. You see what I'm saying? And another thing too, they taught us this, when you're going to visit the sick, you don't go in with dark colors, black and white, and just looking dreary and stuff like that. You supposed, the room is already humdrum. That's why I don't like to go to people's houses that's dark. Honey, that's the spirit. So you open up the windows and stuff, curtains, let the sun and all that come in, and then you come in with lighter colors, so that gives them uplifting. You'll find out when you do that, that person that's ill, they'll start ministering to you. You go in there to minister to them, but they'll start ministering to you, because what your presence has, lightened up the room, and that just gave them a spark of energy to see, oh, well, this person ain't making me, I'm already feeling bad. Then you walk in the room and you see me looking bad. Now you bringing that spirit too, and then all of us, tore up together. That they ain't gonna do it. But so they taught us that in seminary, about encouraging, people in bereavement time. Sometimes you don't have words to say when a person is grieving or have lost a loved one. Sometimes you don't have the word to say. So you have to have discernment to feel that person where they are in the spirit. Feel them where they are in the spirit. If they, because some people will laugh to keep from crying. And you can think of something, that's comical to remind you of that person. You know what I'm saying? You give your condolences, of course. But, and then, just encourage and let them know, in order to see your loved one, because all of us got to go one day. We never know what day it is. But you always encourage them to remember the good times that they shared with the loved ones. And if you want to see them again, then you got to be in the right, you got to be right in your heart. Because, see, here's the thing. We can do all of this on the outside. But if their heart is nasty, you like, baby, you can just hang it up. You might not. Only way you're going to see them if David said hell raisers like you. You might see them that way. But but I'm for real. Some people don't believe in the heaven and hell, but it's real, baby. It's real. You're going to spend eternity somewhere. So if you want to see that loved one, I suggest, get a clean heart. A right spirit and a new mind, honey. Yes, indeed. But, that's one of the things they did teach us in seminary about dealing with bereavement. And then stuff like with tragedy, when you don't have that last, sometimes you prepare. If a person been sick for a while and stuff like that, you kind of prepare yourself, you know what I'm saying? But nobody's still always prepared, because you don't want that loved one to go. I'll say this, like when my mom passed, I kind of felt it. When both of them, was gonna pass. I kind of felt it. But I'm gonna tell you now, like when my niece passed, one of my nieces had passed. Now that was a shock to me. Here's why. Because we had just lost her baby boy. Her baby boy had just got killed. Okay, and that was a shock to all of us. It really was, because he was one of them quiet guys. You never seen him around nobody or none of that. So it was a shock, how everything had, transpired. So for her to kind of cope with that at a young age, it was very, detrimental to her. So when she was able to arrange his, services and everything. And let me see. The last text I had got from her, I had got a text from her that the night after she had planned everything, because the next day was his viewing. So she had gave me a text. I still got a copy of that text. She texted me and she said, "Auntie, I love you." She said, "Here's the services and what's going to happen." She said, "I'm inviting you and your side of the family." I said, "Okay." And lo and behold, I think it was like 8 o'clock the next morning. Now she had died Okay, I got the text. I'm gonna tell you, the text was at, I'll never forget it, at 8:12 p.m. is when I got the text. Okay. She died an hour after that. Okay. So I didn't get the call until the next morning, right? Because I know we was getting ready for that day to go view my nephew body. And the phone rung, and it was her mom, my sister-in-law. She called and she said, "Hey, how you doing?" I said, "I'm good." And she said, "You heard?" I said, "I heard what?" And she said, she called my niece's name and everything. And I said, "Heard what?" She gone. I said, "She gone where?" And when she told me that she had passed, that hurt it. That hurt it because me and her, I got a lot of nieces and nephews, but me and her was like this. Anytime I came to town, I stayed at her house. We was like that. I even every year I post a video of me and her when we went to St. Patty's Day in Savannah. Me and her drove there and went for the parade and stuff, and met a lot of people. And I post that every year because that's her talking and walking with me and everything. And that right there, now that was painful. That was painful because that was a shock. So with tragedy, sometimes we're not prepared. We're not prepared, but you still gain strength from the Lord. So I was able to still minister to the family, be there for the family, show the strength side for the family. But nothing was outside of God. It's all God. Trust and believe. Because trust and believe. But you never can tell a person how long to grieve. I know the word of God say, what is it? I don't want to misquote right now. But it's not a long time, right? But always remember, this is what I suggest. Always remember the good times you shared with that person. Yeah, you're going to miss their presence around you, but their spirit is always among you. Because you can always remember what y'all laughed about or how they said stuff, how they used to do stuff. Now, she was like, baby, that one right there, she ain't play by auntie. Oh, she will give you she ain't care who you was. She will read you about me. She ain't play. she ain't play. And when I say she was from the gutter, she beautiful. I have to get a picture of her. She beautiful now. But baby will give you the business back. Me, she ain't play her. Her and her daddy was the same way. They ain't play back than that. But that's what I miss about her. I miss about her. I miss that. I miss just laying up there. She on one side of the bed, I'm on the other side. We just kikiing, honey, just laughing and reading and just, I miss that, but I can remember all the wisdom that she had at 44. She's only 44 years old. Sharp as a type. When I say keen in the spirit, baby, she wasn't no joke, honey. Read you from up and down. Yes, ma'am, honey. Because I'll never forget it. Let me tell y'all this right here to make y'all laugh. We had went to her house and this guy, one of my relatives was dating this guy, right? So we had to went there to the house and we was doing, me and her just chit-chatting and stuff. So the guy was sitting out there in the car. He didn't want to get out the car. He was sitting out there in the car. So he wanted to use the bathroom. So honey, he came and knocked on the door. He wanted to use the bathroom and everything, right? So he came in and he was walking by like this. You know how somebody cold, right? It was winter time, but still you a man. He was walking like he said, "Can I use the bathroom?" And so she said, "Yeah." And she's sitting there, she said, she spread out and she said, I said, "What?" She told me, "Baby, if that ain't one of the children." I said, "What? Why you saying that?" She told me, "Baby, that's one of the children right there, honey. That's an undercover. That's one of the children." I said, "For real?" She said, "Yes, ma'am." And showed up it was. Baby, I fell out laughing. I said, "Girl, you a mess." But yeah. She had that gift. My mama had that gift. My brother had that gift, and I got that gift. Uh-huh. Let's see. Wanda said, "You got me in tears. I had a similar experience with my uncle when he passed. It was so surreal." She said, "I miss him so much." Just embrace the times that you shared. Every death is every death experience is different. Every death experience is different. But you can live on. That. Just keep in mind this: we'll miss them, but they're gonna want you to continue on your legacy, continue on your life, and living. You see what I'm saying? That's what they will want. Because I guarantee you, if when they transition, they ain't trying to come back over here. Mm-mm. Now I had a brother that died on the operating table at one time, and he came. I had a brother that died on the operating table. He came back alive and lived many years after that because it wasn't his time. And he had been shot. He was shot and lived years after that with the bullet still in his back. So if they moved it, he would have been paralyzed. Then I had one of my niece. She had 5 major surgeries, and she died on the operating table. And she I hadn't seen her now. I hadn't seen her in years, and she was a big size girl. She used to be like 216 pounds, big, right? And I hadn't seen her in years, and so my husband saw her at one of my other brother's funeral, and he said, "When the last time you seen so and so?" I said, "I hadn't seen her." He said, "Well, you need to check on her because she's sick." And I said, "She is?" He said, "Yeah." So one of my other brothers had her number, and she had called him to try to get in contact with me. And so when she called, and I answered the phone, and all I said was, "You ain't called to talk, you called for me to pray." And she said, "Yeah, Auntie." She said, "I'm Auntie. Yeah, that's what it is." And I said, "Well, I want to come see you." So I had prayed with her and everything. And when I saw her, she was a size 0. She never in her life been that small. Never. But her hair had done grew. I mean, she ain't never had no long hair. Her hair had done grew long and everything. And she said, "Yeah." She said, I felt when they was cutting on my flesh. She know how you're supposed to numb your have you ever seen? She said, "I felt when they was cutting on my flesh." And she said, I had died. And she said, and I remember seeing, she said that the person, he was real black. She said, but his hair was snow white. And she said his hair was straight up on his head. She said, and they were saying, "No, you got to go back. It's not your time. It's not your time." And she shared that. I was like, "Oh." And so anyway, they could never find out why she had lost so much weight. And I had prayed for her, prayed with her. And I told her, I said, "Hey," I said, "call the doctor. Tell that doctor to go back in you again, because they left something." She said, "Auntie, they not going to operate on me again. They're not going to operate on me again." She said, they can't do that. It's a risk. I said, "Tell them," I said, "go back in there because they left something. Something is wrong." She said, "Okay." She called the doctor, had me on speaker and everything. And he said, "Well, this could be." I said, "No, she's going to be fine. Just trust me. She's going to be fine." And sure enough, they put her back in the hospital and went back in there. Do y'all not know? They sold her upside down. Upside down. She suffered a whole year being sold, put together after the major surgery, put together back upside down. So everything she ate went straight through. So she they went ahead he went in there and he said, he came back to her room after he did the surgery. He told her, he said, I am so sorry. He said, I'm so sorry. He said, but yeah, everything they did was, they had your, everything, instead of right upright, they had it all upside down. He said, he said, you got a right to sue us if you want to. He said, you know, she said, you know what? She said, all I want is an apology. She said, I don't want to sue nobody. I said, you could have, but all she wanted was an apology. And she said, God, thank you for answering my prayer. And thank you for sending my auntie my way. She said, because now I'm better. Now she back healthy. Eat and she ain't big like 215 like she was, but she nice proportion. She always had a nice figure, nice shape. But yeah, everything back to normal. Yeah. Yeah. But she said she could feel when they cut on her body. She said she was like screaming. She could feel them ripping her flesh. And when she said it, you know what it took me back to? When Jesus was being beat with the 9 tattletales of iron, them spikes, and how they was ripping his flesh. They took it with the chain ball and just whoosh, and hit it and ripped the skin. That's what I thought about. I said, good God Almighty. Man. So you people don't never know what people go through in life. They really don't. They really don't. But to God be the glory. She is alive and well. And yeah. She said, let me see. Pamela said, right. She said, preach, queen. Thank you for the 99 stars, Alethea. Shannon said, I'm still grieving my mom's death. She been gone 2 years and 9 months, and she was cremated before I got there. Wow. Sometimes, you know, how things were done could make you still be grieving because you want to say your last goodbyes the way you want it to. And sometimes that's why it's so important to have your affairs in order. You see, so when that time comes, funerals can bring the best out of people or the worst out of people. And usually, no more times than none, it always brings the worst out of people. And here's why. Because you got relatives that had never ever did anything for you. They were never there for you. But at the point of death, they feel like you owe them something, or you should have left them something. You know, if you have children, then your children should get what is yours, if you know, whatever it is. You see what I'm saying? And you still should have that set up where your children will be fighting and arguing. You see what I'm saying? See, my clothes and my shoes, none of my kids can wear. None of my girls can wear. They're larger than me, so you know. So they won't be able to wear none of my stuff. And what family members look for, they're looking for $1. They're not, yeah, they say they hurt that you're gone, but they really not, you know, they forget all about that. All they looking for is how they gonna get $1. Auntie should have left me something. Oh, I know Auntie I was her favorite. And I was just, no. You know what I'm saying? Or they try to take over. Well, the funeral should be like this. Well, I want it like this. When you come marching here and like this, let my favorite singer. No. How much is you paying for the funeral? You ain't paying nothing. Well, you ain't got nothing to say. Shut up and sit down and just come if you want to come. If not, stay home. You know, but that's why it's so important to have your affairs in order for those reasons. But I'm sorry to hear that, Shayna. Yeah, my mama ashes, my mama that raised me, she wanted to be buried in the mausoleum. So that's what I did. I put her in the mausoleum. That's the wall. So I you know, paid for everything, had everything, whole funeral, and I had her sealed in the wall. Now my biological mama, they had her cremated. You know, so she didn't raise me. So her children that she raised, her, you know, the baby girl, she was over everything. So she had the ashes done and everything. What she did was she gave us a necklace. She ordered these necklaces with the little urn. So she put the necklace with her ashes in. She gave me one, my brother one, and the other sister one. And she got one. And then they took the rest of the ashes and sprinkled them over the San Diego River. Because that's where that's where they're from. But my biological dad, I did the prayer at his services, and then at my dad that raised me, um, I just attended his funeral. I didn't do it partake in any services other than just was there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So but that's how most people are. They look for money. That's what they looking for, honey. They ain't concerned about you dead going. They trying to see, oh, I want her house, I want her car, I want her this, I want her that. And child, oh no, you don't. Ain't gonna take care if you got it. Let's see who else got something to say. Nora say, my mother was home with me, and I sang this song as my mom transitioned. I'm coming, Lord, don't call the roll till she get there. And I closed her eyes after she passed. Oh, wow. And that was a different experience, Nora. Wow. So yeah, everybody gonna experience something different. Hey, Victoria, she said, hey, Miss Porridge. Pamela say, Lord have mercy. Lisa say, thank God. Sheila say, wow, you have some amazing memories. Hello, family. Hope everyone is well. God bless. Thank you, Sheila. Yes, I do. Thank you. Let's see. Lisa say, yes. You said a mouthful. Pamela say, amen. Shana say, all my affairs are in order. Okay. Yeah. Make sure, well, I know who all over on my policies and stuff. So of course, God forbid, my husband first, is and it's something to him, then it goes to the next one, like that. But yeah, I'm not worried about, no house and all that kind of stuff, because I do know this. Sometimes kids they don't want to live in the house that you done lived in anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody process grief and death differently. And so they ain't gonna try to want to live in the house, so I'm not even worried about that. It is what it is. If they want to keep it, they can, but they have to pay them property taxes. If they don't want to pay them property taxes and stuff, then hey, it's just what it is. Most kids do that. They, let it go. Brina said, I live to hear your stories. Thank you, Brina. I love to hear your stories. Thank you. She'll say, I found my brother in my basement 3 days before my birthday. Oh, wow. So he was already dead for 3 days and you ain't know it? Dang. Well, let us say, nice chat, little post. She can chat. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, if you have to experience something like that, I can't tell you how to react. I mean, I don't know, we could say we won't react certain ways. We just never know. But it's sad either way. Shannon said, yes, indeed, love me while I'm living. Absolutely. Because I'm glad you said that, Shannon, because when a person is passed on, a transition on through life, you putting a flower, sending a flower, fixing a plate of food, that person ain't gonna see none of that. That person ain't gonna enjoy none of that. That person ain't gonna hear none of that. So it's best to give people their flowers while they live. Show people you love them while they yet live. Hollering and screaming ain't gonna bring them back. That ain't gonna show them that you love them. Because listen to this. Think about it now. Y'all done been to several funerals. Okay? Everybody come crying with their shades on and all that. Everybody trying to outdress the next one, right? Okay. Then they say get up there and give 2 minutes. Some of y'all want to get up there and talk 10 minutes. It say 2 minutes. If you know what you got to say about that person going to be more than 2 minutes, and you're not good with time, then you don't need to get up there and speak. You need to just keep yours to when you get to the repast and talk then your memories. But don't get up there during the service when it say 2 minutes because you're on the pastor's time, okay? All right. Because he got to bring the word, and now you done cut his time out. Now y'all sitting ready to go. Okay. That's the reason for 2 minutes, please. Okay. So it's good to just pick somebody that you know that's more articulate, somebody that's no time, and they're going to get there and say what they need to say, hit the punchlines for 2 minutes and sit down. All them people get up there, want to talk. Then you got some people, they run on with the, well, I remember when Jim Bob used to sit there and get drunk, and he used to pass gas, and we used to fall out, all that stupid stuff. Come on now, really? But notice this. Everybody do all their hollering and hooping and hollering. After everything is over, you don't hear you now. You at the funeral, you see all these long distance cousins. Oh, that was my cousin. That was my honey. You don't see nobody. You don't hear the phone call stop, the texts stop, the visit stop. It lasts for what, a couple of days, because it's fresh. By long the next weekend, child, please, you don't hear see from people no darn more. But they done squall, honey, they don't all that. I want to get in there. Well, go on and get in there. We'll phone you up honey, in this closed class and then let you go on if you want to get in there. But all that is meaningless. It's meaningless. Show a person their value. Show a person their worth. Show a person that you love them while they still living. They can appreciate it more. Because when they gone, they ain't gonna know nothing. You just, what you're doing now, you're impressing the people that's in your presence. Because the person that's deceased don't know nothing. They is already gone to glory. They ain't hearing nothing. So it's important to love people while you can. Show people that you love. If you don't like a person, a people, whoever, don't like them. Just keep it moving. Keep it moving. You know, but if you say you really love them, show love while you can. You know, show love while you can. And love ain't you just showing a person love and they never show you love. It's called reciprocity. Because see, the seed you sow, you reap. You got it? Okay. Because a lot of people say, I love you, I love you. Well, I never see that you love me. You know, love ain't what you can take from a person. A person always giving and you always receiving. That's not love. Okay. What do you do to give back to show your love to that person if you say you love them? Understand? Yeah. Because we can make these lips say anything. But what's in here is what counts, baby. Because this right here is a trickery here. Speak blessings, cursing, love, peace, all that. Cuss people out with his tongue, honey. Oh, yes. That tongue, that thing in the middle. But this right here in the heart, what come out of here, gonna come out of here. So check what's in here. Uh-huh. Lisa said, we need more of you on Facebook, keeping it real. Thank you, Lisa. That's the only way I know, baby. Thank you. Pamela say that part. Nora say, ain't been back to the grave since that day. Me either, Nora. And see, that was the difference. My mom, she buried her mom. She buried my dad. She buried all of her, let me see, all of her boys except, she buried Michael and Warren. She only buried 2 of her boys. Yeah, 2 of her boys before she passed. And my dad, her mom, and yeah. Okay. So, yeah, she was already passed after the other ones had passed. But she was always, she would go back, you know, she say, this is what she would say. She say, babe, when I put you out there in the grave, I ain't coming back out there to visit now. I ain't gonna do that. And that's me. It's not that you don't want to, I don't know. It's just, now my husband, on the other hand, when we go to Florida, he'll go by his sister's gravesite. He'll say, you take me over there. Let me see, you know. And, I don't get out. I let him have his time, but me, on the other hand, I'm just going to remember you the way I remembered you. That's it. And that's all. She said, Linda say, so true. Continue support of loved one left. Continue support of loved ones left alone. Grief is long standing. It is. That's why you can't tell nobody how long they should grieve. You have to learn to be empathetic, and you got to have compassion. You have to learn to have compassion, because if the shoe is on your foot, you want somebody that have empathetic with you, empathize with you. You want them to have compassion for you. So you got to have the same for other people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got to. Because if you don't, think about it. If you think about it, if you don't, if something transpire in your life, remember, if you see that again, remember it's the seed you sowed. If you wasn't compassionate with somebody else grieved, if you wasn't compassionate of somebody else's loved one, now when something happened in your life, remember now you reap that same seed. That people don't be emphasized with you and they don't be compassionate for you is because you sowed that same seed. Seeds are serious. Yep. Lisa said, okay, I read that. Let's see. Nora said, I'm talking about the one who raised all the hell at the funeral. Yes, Nora. She said, I visit my mom every month to change her flower. Okay, yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying. So what Nora was saying is the people that done raised all the cane at the funeral, honey. Yeah, they ain't coming back out there to the graveyard. But see, I ain't raised no cane, and I don't do that. I don't know. Some might change. I don't know, but I don't know. I just always just remember, the way I know them. But I understand what you're saying about putting, going out there putting flowers and stuff. That's understandable. Now that's what his mom do. Now my husband's mom, I think she 82, 83, and that's what she do. She go out there and put flowers on the on her grave and everything. And she wasn't an old woman. My sister-in-law was 50. I think Carmen was 50, 51, something like that. She was young. She was still young. But yeah, she go out there and put flowers and stuff out there for her. But my dad and them, they had tubes, headstones and stuff, all of that. My mom was on the wall. But they had the graves side by side. My dad and my mom, theirs on plots was already paid for. But my brother had, my niece's dad, when he had passed, my mama put him in that plot next to my dad. Yep. And then you got all them flowers, honey, at your house, honey. Where's we going with all this, honey? If you ain't got no green thumb, they're gonna die anyway. I think we had a peace lily from my mom's funeral. She died in 99. We had that peace lily up until 2020. Sure did. And when is that still okay, yeah. Because we put the plants in the storage, because we were where we were living at, we didn't have nowhere to put the plants. And so that plant didn't but it lasted a long time. Sure did. Shay said, my mom remains are still at the funeral home in Kentucky. I wasn't in charge, so I can't do anything. Oh, dang. Wow. That's bad. And sometimes you don't want to step up to the plate. You want to see what everybody else gonna do. But I don't know. I think if it was me, and that's my mom, I would have just did whatever, regardless of who didn't do nothing. That's just me. That's what I would have done. Yeah. Because ain't nobody helped me with my mama's funeral. And she adopted me. They all talked and complained, but ain't nobody helped with nothing. So I ain't care what they complained about. I did what that's the difference. You gotta let people talk, and you just handle your business. So I did what I was supposed to do because I didn't want that on me. You see what I'm saying? So I went ahead and gave her a full service, everything, honey. So now the guilt wasn't on me; it was on them. Brenda said my phone died charging now. Okay, Brenda. Let me end on YouTube. YouTube, thank y'all for tuning in. Much love. I'm gonna end y'all over here. I'm over here on Facebook. Y'all come over here on Facebook.